We have just reached. The road from Udaipur to Jodhpur is very adventurous. It's a distance of 250 odd kilometers. When going out of Udaipur, we wished that the heat would be little less. However,
it's not sunny, but it's raining right in the middle of the road. It's like changing drastically every moment.
the sun continued its hide and seek the whole afternoon. When leaving Udaipur, the signboard showed us left, which would have been the highway. However, the navigator took us through narrow roads of Tesuri, Roopnagar jungle, and we were not regretting any of it. At some places, because of wildlife sanctuaries, we had to restrict our speed limit. But that also gave us the opportunity to explore the nature and culture even more. We could see farmers rearing their cattle back home. As we went towards Jodhpur, the rain kept intensifying, and at places the water level was so high that it entered our shoes.
We have stopped for a while. It was pretty crazy because there were hyenas crossing the road and it was very dark. We were not seeing anything. There was no divider in the road and it started raining like crazy. We met the Faluda Bhaiya and he has been very kind. आपका नाम क्या है? अच्छा, ये भैया है, बहुत अच्छे हैं. उन्होंने हमको फालूदा खिलाया, कुल्फी खिलाया. उन्होंने हमको ये ग्रीन वाला भी ऐसे फ्री में खिला दिया. थैंक यू भैया. और नहीं और नहीं खाना, पेट भर गया. थैंक यू भैया. बाय बाय.
After traveling for more than 1,000 kilometers for the last 10 days through the cities, villages, pages of history, ruins of forts, we had finally reached the Thar desert. Jodhpur, also known as the Sun City, is the second largest city in Rajasthan. It is the gateway to the Great Thar Desert. The picturesque blue houses don't only look beautiful but also gives a much required shield from the harsh sun. As you pass through its narrow lanes, it gives a feeling of the royals. We were staying at Durag Nivas guest house, which belonged to the Devraj Rathors of Kshetrawa.
We have rested since morning because the sun has been going crazy. It has been hot like anything. We are leaving for a place called Bishnoi village. We rested Duk for today and we have booked a jeep safari.
The Bishnoi village safari is named after a particular Bishnoi community. However, this gives you a complete glimpse of different communities and their lifestyle. The trip started with jungle safari where we spotted peacocks, peahens, deers in the wild. It was great fun to see the black bucks as well. As we were going through the jungle, we were getting feels of National Geographic. The weather had become much cooler, so we had quite an adventure with the jeep. Next on the itinerary was the block printing craft of the Chipas community. Differently carved wood pieces are immersed in dyes and fabric patterns are created. Post that, we went to the weaver's house. The Salavas community have been in the weaving business for generations. The whole process of watching the handcrafted work out of cotton or wool spread was very fascinating. The last part of the itinerary was going to Kakani village to see pottery maker's house. It was a complete magical experience to witness how he turned a simple piece of earth into a pot. And every time we tried to guess what he was making, he would change the shape. After a round of training, we thought of trying our hand at it. It looked easy, or maybe not. Finally, we tasted a little bit of success, and that was good training for the day. Bishnoi village was an absolute unique experience from the royal palaces and vibrant markets of the main city. It takes you right in the middle of the desert through the swaying trees. The tour used to be earlier taken by the Rajas to give their Indian and foreign guests a glimpse of the rich culture, and we felt like royals indeed. Day 11, plan is to go to Marangar Fort. Mehrangarh Fort was carved out of a volcanic rock in an elevated location in Jodhpur on a hill called Bakur Chiria, also known as the Mountain of the Birds. Legend has it a saint named Chiryanathji, who was the sole occupant of the mountain, had to be relocated in order to build the fort. The enraged hermit cursed that the fort would suffer scarcity of water. Not sure if the curse came true, but there was definitely no scarcity of heat. We're taking the lift to the top of the Mehrangarh Fort. भैया कितना फ्लोर है? 12 फ्लोर. ऊपर आगे 12 फ्लोर.
बिल्कुल.
अभी ये कौन सा फ्लोर है?
ये 12 आगे 120 फीट हाइट है.
ओहो. अब उतरना क्या पैदल पड़ेगा? हाँ? पैदल. So they have dropped us from the lift and अब नीचे जाना है तो जाओ वरना मत जाओ, यहीं पे रहो, मुझे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Come on, come. अरे पागल यहाँ पे. From a height of 120 feet, the whole white and blue houses that Jodhpur is so famous for looks like beautiful designed carpets. They say the royals never let you return empty-handed. We received our gift in form of a custom-made song.
आपका नाम?
कैमेलिया.
शुभजीत.
ये मारा शुभजीती हैरी सकीरी शुभजीती पिया गरी हैरी सकीरी शुभजीती वो शुभजीती पिया गरी आए वो कैमलिया जी के शुभजीती. हाँ वो कैमलिया सर के कैमलिया के शुभजीती आए.
Adjacent to the Mehrangarh Fort is the Jaswant Thara, also known as the Taj Mahal of Marwar, made out of white marble. We visited this while returning from the fort.
We visited the Turji ka Jhalra, a 250-year-old step well. You cannot visit this by car because of the narrow roads. So you have to take an auto or do a Rajasthan bike trip like us.
It is 200 feet deep and handmade out of red sandstone.
You can find many locals playing around here, which adds to the fun.
Jodhpur is also very famous for its mouth-watering food like pyaz kachori, shahi samosa, mirchi vada and makhani lassi. While exploring the foods and markets of the Blue City, one also comes across Ghantaghar, also known as Clock Tower. As per the locals, this 100-plus-year-old clock can only be repaired by a local clock technician whose family has been maintaining it since decades, keeping it in a working condition. As the days in Jodhpur was getting over, we could feel the Thar desert calling us right in, and we couldn't wait to explore parts of Rajasthan that we had only seen in movies or read about. So, hit the bell icon and get on a ride with us. Do let us know in the comments what did you think of the Jodhpur trip. Stay well and keep adventuring.